Okay, children, let me continue. Already we have seen all the thing, paleobotany, and under the paleobotany, what are the headings we have seen? Then fossilization. Fossilization, what is fossilization? I said that is the impression of the process of formation of fossil in the rocks is called fossilization. Fossilization may occur in many methods. One is petrification, mold and cast, preservation, compression, infiltration or replacement. So we'll see in detail what are the things. Petrification means minerals like silica slowly penetrate in. Penetrate means what? Deeply it rooted into the soil and replace the original organic tissue and form a rock-like fossil. Okay, here silica, silica enters into the soil and already the animals or plants may be buried inside the soil, it may be penetrated and the original organic tissue forms a rock. Children, do you follow what it is? Silica, it slowly penetrates means what? But that's the meaning. So already what is there? Some organisms are there. The tissues give the impression on the rocks. This is known as petrification. That is, impression on rock is known as petrification. Rock. This is one kind of fossilization. Okay, next one is mold and cast. Mold, mold and cast. You know the plastic items and all, different shapes and different things. This is how it is possible means they got the mold. They make it of plastic into the thing that is solute and solvent together mixing for a solution that they pour into the thing. How we are making up the items in our home, cooking items the same way. They can keep into the mold and after that, after some time we are using some machines and pressing up. That is what? In the shape on the shape of beaver. That is mold and cast. We'll see what it is. A replica of a plant or animal is preserved in sedimentary rocks. There are the many kinds of igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and all you have seen. That is, after the animal died, their body is placed into the sedimentary rocks. When the organism get buried in sediment, it dissolved by underground water, leaving a hollow depression called a mold. So the body is dissolved in the water and the depression, that is called known as mold. It shows the original shape but does not reveal the internal structure. By the cast and mold, we can see the original shape of the animals but cannot see the internal structure. Okay, and the third one is preservation. Preservation, preserving. Preservation. Original remains can be preserved in ice or amber. So this can be used, preserved, ice or amber. Amber is nothing else. It is tree sap. The maralla vetnam liquid varum parna. The liquid is sap. So the original image of the fossils can be preserved by ice or amber. Amber is nothing else, it's a tree sap. The entire plant and animal is preserved in this process. Next one, compression. Compression means what? Giving pressure. Suppose anything falls down, we are going on giving a force to that and make it compressed. When an organism dies, the hard parts of their body settle at the bottom of the seabed and covered by a sediment, rocks. The process of sedimentation goes on continuously and fossils are formed. This can be, compression can be happened on the sea beds. Okay, and the last one is infiltration or replacement. Otherwise known as replacement. We'll see what it is. The precipitation of minerals take place with later, that the precipitation bond remaining. The solution la pona pranke solid or form irukum parunga. That is known as what? Precipitation. That can be later filtrate the cell wall. That can be filtrated and deposited on the cell wall. The process is brought about the several mineral elements such as silica, calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. By using of the minerals, we can filtrate. Hard parts are dissolved and replaced by these animals. By using this method, we can replace the hard parts of the animals. Okay, so fossilization, formation of thing on the rock I said. So there are 5 ways of fossilization: petrification, mold and cast, preservation, compression, infiltration and replacement. Clear? Then what is the use of, then how can we find out how many years it before when the fossilization occur? This can be find out by determination of age of the fossils. Determining means what? Finding out. How we can find out age of the fossils, that is how many years before it occurs. The age of fossil is determined by the radioactive present in that, by the elements, because they buried under the soil or sea only. So the radioactive elements are the, by presenting on the radioactive elements, we can find out the age of the fossils. What are the radioactive elements? They carbon, uranium, lead and potassium. What are the elements? Carbon, that is C, uranium, UR, and then potassium, that is kalium, K, lead, that is Pb. Okay, by depositing this material, we can find out the age of the fossilization. Otherwise, mainly, even though we are using all the radioactive elements, which is very important to find out the fossilization, carbon-14. Carbon-14 is the radioactive element which find out the age of fossilization. This is carbonization was found by W.F. Libby. This method is used by W.F. Libby. Clear? The time passed since the death of a plant or animal can be calculated by measuring the amount of carbon-14 when it is died. After the death only it become fossil, that can be find out by using the C14 in the body. Now we have to see ethnobotany. Next we have to see the ethnobotany. Ethnobotany is the study of regions of the plants and their practical uses through the traditional knowledge. We can find out that is the location of the plants. Where does it locate? At the end situation, in the climate valarum, and what are the uses of the plant? This is known as what? Ethnobotany. Even we are finding out the fossilization. After we are finding the age of the thing, we have to see what are the uses of that plant. Where does it located? The term ethnobotany was coined by J.W. Harshberger. This is found by whom? J.W. Harshberger. Berger. B-R-G-E-R. Harshberger. In 1985 to include the study of the plants. Though this discipline has existed for ages, ethnobotany emerged as a distinct academic branch of natural science from 20th century. This is very important. From 20th century, the ethnobotany is very important for the improvement of study of botany. Aspects of ethnobotany, what are the uses? It has relevance with problem of nutrition. That is, nutrition means what? The diet, what you are taking, health care and life support system, faith in plants, cottage industries, economic upliftment, conservation of biodiversity and sustainable use of plant resources. How the plant can be preserved. Ethnobotany is very important, mainly to preserve the plants. That is how we are taking care of ourselves. We are taking the proper nutrition. Immediately we are going for the doctors for checkup like that. Even plants also can be under the proper care. We have to give the proper nutrition to the plants. We have to take care of the health and we have to support the lifespan should be improved of the plant. We should believe the plants, their uses, and that can be used in the cottage industry, simple business, economic upliftment, everything. Okay, importance of ethnobotany, why it is important to us. It provides traditional uses of plant. Traditional means what? That is, traditional means it's how we are using. For example, Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and all found in our India only. This and all what? We are using the plants for the traditional use. In the olden days, there is no allopathy doctors, it seems. There is no MBBS doctors. All are Siddhas only. Siddhas, they know the values of the plants and treated all the diseases, including cancer, by the plants. Even doctors used to say, see, Siddha doctor and Ayurveda doctor, whatever not possible to the allopathy doctors, that doctors, allopathy, the doctors who are doing their MBBS, it can be possible to us, they said. Even it's a fact that corona can be, corona, whatever it may be, it can be controlled in Tamil Nadu because of we are following the Ayurvedic medicines along with our medicines. Okay. It gives information about certain unknown and known plants. It says the uses in the olden days how it is used and how it is, what is the known and unknown plants. It says the name of information of all the plants. The ethno-medicinal data will serve as a useful source of information, that is medicinal uses for the chemists, pharmacologists and practitioners of herbal medicine, that is Ayurveda medicines, it will be useful to them. Then tribal communities, that is the people who are living in the remote areas, Malaywad Makkal சொல்றோம் பாருங்க, அவங்க தான் tribal communities. They utilize the ethno-medicinal plant parts like bark, stem, root, leaves, flower bed, flowers, fruits, seeds, oil, resins, dyes, gum for the treatment of the disease like this. All the parts of the plant, no plant is wasted. Every plant has a medicinal value. So they are using these plants for, they are not going for doctors like us. They are taking this plants part only. What are the diseases can be cured by this? Diarrhea, fever, headache, diabetes, jaundice, snake bites and leprosy, etc. Almost all the diseases are covered in this. Okay. So ethnobotany is very important. It forms like this. So till now the tribal people, they are not going for the doctors. They are using only the parts of the plant. What are the parts? Bark, stem, root, leaves, all the parts of the plant can be used for treating the diseases. The next one, astrobiology and exobiology, both are same. Astrology. Study of heavenly bodies. So moving of the satellites, they are finding out our future. The astrologers, in Tamil we have to say them as Josiyargal sollum. So then the time of birth, the planets are in the particular orbits, in the what degrees it incline, and saying that they will say about our future. 90% of the thing will be correct. They are not gods, but they are predicting the future before. So, are we alone in the universe? If your answer is no, now how do you detect the existence of life in space? This is because of astrobiology. Science. Astrobiology is the science which looks the presence of extraterrestrial life in the universe. You don't feel that you are alone in the universe. No, there is a science is there to support that. The extra science knowledge is known as astrobiology. So whenever we are in the critical condition, we used to go to the astrologers. We are finding out. Even Hindus, we are using it more just to see the alliances for the marriage. And we have to see whether it is matched to boy and girl or matched together. For that and all, we are saying the astrology. Astrobiology deals with the origin, evolution and distribution of life in the universe and to investigate the possibility of life in the other world. Whatever thing, then how we can live in the earth. Then after the thing, where we have to go, everything we are finding out from the astrologers. The major concept of astrobiology is the habitable zone. Habitable means, habitate means what? The place where you are living. We are finding out the habitable zone. The theory explains that any planets can support the existence of life. So far we think only Earth is supporting the life. But this theory, astrobiology says that all the plants which has air and water can support the life. It fulfills two important criteria. What are the two important criteria? it must have right mass to retain an atmosphere. So to maintain the atmosphere, they should maintain right mass. Right mass means what? Right strength. That particular strength should be there. For example, this class accommodates with 20 children, means the 20 children should accommodate. That is the correct mass. It should not be overcrowded or less populated. அதிகமாகவும் இருக்கக்கூடாது, கம்மியாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. So that is the first point. It must have a right mass to retain an atmosphere. It must have an orbit at just the right distance from the star. It should have a orbit distance from the star. It is here. Star means what? Sun. It allows liquid and liquid water to exist. Water is there means we can survive on the particular planet. Okay. Thus, the distance need to be neither too hot nor too cold, and often referred as Goldilocks zone for life. The thing which is liquid as well as water as well as liquid, that place is suitable for living. That place where we have sufficient water and air is known as Goldilocks zone. What zone it is? Goldilocks zone. In our solar system, which is the Goldilocks zone? Earth is the Goldilocks zone. Since this zone varies at times as the star evolves, we know that Mars is also being suitable along with the Earth. We are living on the Earth only, but scientists say even Mars is the planet, one of the planet that also supports Mars, M-A-R-S. Mars also supports the life of the human beings. The organism which will live extreme environment condition or the earth are called extremophiles. That is extreme condition, overheat, over cold, we are living together. Normal temperature only our body needs. Even though some areas, that is over chillness it seems, over hot. The Delhi and are very hot it seems. The same like foreign countries, Ireland, Germany and icy lands. Even the people can survive with the temperature. They are known as extremophiles. Thus, within our own solar system, there are many areas that are different from the Earth where it is probable to find the presence of life similar to extremophile bacteria. Okay? Clear, children? Do you understand the lesson? So, what are the things we come across so far? We have seen what is origin, what is evolution. Then, theories of origin life, you have said 3 generations spontaneous, biogenesis, extraterrestrial and chemical evolution. Then evidences of evolution we have taken, morphology and anatomy. I said homologs organ, they are inherited from our common ancestors. Analogs organ, they are similar and perform the same function. So what are the organs? You must know what is homologs and what is analogs. Vestigial organ, I said that is non-functional organ, degenerated and non-functional. If you are not using it, will not be useful to us. For example, appendix in our human body, I say, nictitating membrane for the frog. And then atavism, I said, the reappearance of ancestral characters. Then evidences, every organism has come from embryology, that we support with the examples. And paleontology, what is it? Study of fossils. And there is the bird, that is Archaeopteryx. It is the oldest known fossil bird. It's intermediate between the reptiles and birds, I said. And evolution theory, we said Lamarck and Darwin. Lamarck theory is known as Lamarckism. Darwin theory is Darwinism. The important thing is Lamarck, you should remember, use and disuse theory. Darwin means natural selection, survival of fittest. Then variation, I say there is a slight changes between us. Variation is found by mutation theory. It's by D. Varis. It is introduced by D. Varis. Paleobotany, I said what are the importance of fossils. Then we have seen fossilization. What are the ways of preserving the fossilization and how to find out the age of the fossils. And ethnobotany is an important boon for the humans. So we have completed the lesson, children. Okay, thank you. Let us see in other class.